Hey everyone, how you doing? It's Mag here. How's it going? Also known as Middle Age Gamer Guy. Welcome to another Tuesday night gaming chat where we talk about all the latest gaming news and reviews. Rock Muse coming in there. It's a Twitch baby. They've subscribed for 9 months, coming on an 8-month streak. Thank you so much, Rock Muse. Greatly appreciate that. Thank you for the tier 1 sub. Good way to start the show off. Welcome in everyone. Kindred coming in with a tier 1 sub as well. That's now 20 months on a 20-month streak. So good evening, Kindred. Thank you so much for that. Quite close to a hype train, actually. Ellie, good evening. How you doing? Jesse, good evening. Thank you for doing those shout-outs. How is everyone? How was your weekend? I am already back in London. Literally left on Thursday, and then I find myself back here because I got more events to do. For all those that watched online or came to the MCR Twitch meet, greatly appreciate it. I enjoyed it, whether you're watching at home or at the event. Had a great day. Went really, really well. Had our best turnout we've ever had, which is fantastic. So that's all good. And those I saw at Nottingham Video Games Expo as well. Great to see you. Really enjoyed that event. Was absolutely packed. So I think they had over 600 turn up, which is fantastic. And getting to interview Gary again, he's an absolute gent and he's a lovely, lovely guy. So really enjoyed that. Falco, good evening, sir. So as you know, this is not Tuesday. So therefore, this is not Tuesday night gaming chat. But we will be talking about the latest game releases and news from the last 7 days or so. Because I am at another gaming show tomorrow, so we can't do the normal show. We've got no guests tonight because it was a Monday and it just wasn't going to work for anybody. So it is just myself and my co-host, who knows the most, the one, the only, Mr. David Jones.
Good evening, mate. How you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
Oh, good. Thank you. How's everyone in chat? Hope you're all doing well.
All good. Looks good. People are there.
Good.
There you go. Welcome on in. So luckily you're not having to do as much silly travelling as I am, are you?
No, which is good because I'm feeling tired already. Saying at the start of the week, I ended up being up late last night, watching the end of the football. Quite glad to see Spain stuff Argentina. Good. It's quite funny.
I can safely say it's the first World Cup where I've not watched a single match.
Yeah, I've only watched little bits here and there.
There you go. Apparently, Rockme says Dave can't travel. He's in the basement.
It's very true.
There you go. Also, Danker. Oh, yeah. Also say Danker's over on YouTube. Oh, I forgot to mention that. Hello. There you go. Good evening, Danker. Good to see you there. Rockmuse, you just got a 450 Mojo Bites for 115 stream streak. You've watched 115 streams. Kindred says the fight at the end of the match was the most fight they put in all match.
True.
There. England got third place trophy for the first time ever. It's probably the best they've done since 1966, but still,
it is
better than nothing. But
yeah.
Hannah, good evening. How are you? Welcome on in. Kindred said, yes, it is. It's the best they've done since 1960. So it's something. It's something. At least they didn't get fourth. That would have been really annoying. JL, good evening. Considering we were due a day of holiday if they won, can we have a third of a day or third for third place? That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, be something.
It's something, but you watch a new Prime Minister go, oh, I didn't agree to that, so back to work you go. Back to work you pop. Oh, so I've played copious amounts of games since we last did the show. A lot of them new games that haven't come out yet. But what have you been playing, Dave?
I've mostly been playing Black Flag Resynced since it came out. Put a bit more time in since last week. So I'm kind of getting to the point now where I definitely need to upgrade the ship because I'm going into the southern part of the map and trying to take out forts, some of the bigger ships. I was just getting absolutely caned, and I was playing it over the weekend. So I'm kind of just on a bit of a mission just to gather resources and upgrade the ship back down to those parts. So just going to follow the main storyline along a bit. But as I say, enjoying it. I think the graphical spruce up that they gave it really is good. Because sometimes that game just looks absolutely outstanding. Standing on the shoreline of a beach. I think it's like last week, the palm trees sway in the wind, waves lapping, nice sunset cut up. It does look really spectacular.
Yeah.
Still enjoying that. And then the only thing I played, I went round to our friends on Saturday. We've played like Halo co-op for decades. Since it first came out, we've been playing campaign co-op for ages. So got back together on Saturday. We finished off Halo 3, which we started a few weeks back. And then we did a bit of Halo 4 because we hadn't actually played that one absolutely ages. And that actually wasn't too bad. I can't remember 4 that well because I haven't spent that much time with it. But that was quite a good game batch, that one. Gunplay and stuff still felt good, but not quite as good as the original main 3-line Halos. So it was good finishing Halo 3 again. Although that has got one level in that I don't like. A lot of people always bitch and moan about the library level from the first Halo. Been quite like unreadable and a bit hard to get through, but I think I dislike the Cortana level more in Halo 3 because it's also got issues trying to work out where you're going, which I think is probably down to the lighting in the game. Made it's just some bits just look a bit too similar and you can't quite work out where you're going, and it has some really annoying flood enemy types in there that I think are worse than the library. So it's probably my least favorite level in Halo, even though I like Halo 3 overall. That particular level, do despise it. Don't like playing it. If they ever remake it, I hope they improve it quite a bit.
Kindred was playing Black Flag Resynced on PC until they put the latest patch out, and it's made it unplayable for most people, which is annoying. I saw him post that a couple of days ago, and they still haven't patched it yet. I saw Rock Muse. Rock Muse saw the game Loki the Lynx. If you remember, we talked about that on the show last year. We had Azabar, who's one of our guests last year, because he just brought the game out. You can also play that at Timeless. Rock Muse downloaded it after checking it out at Knots. So that's a good platform. I do like that game. It's very good. Osiris, good evening. Good to see you. iQuail, good evening. Will I be playing the Halo campaign Evolved? Yes. We're due to stream that Thursday next week. And we will probably talk about that, not on next week's show, because it actually comes out on the Tuesday. Probably the show the week after that. Sort of the last show before Timeless, actually, which is a bit spooky, thinking it like that way. But yeah, I am streaming it. But it's not a Halo collection. It is just the first game, just so you know. So if you're expecting a collection, it's not that. It's not that 10th anniversary thing they put out. What was that called?
Master Chief Collection.
The Master Chief Collection, yeah, it's not that. It's just a revamp of the original game, but with no multiplayer, which is bizarre in some respects. But there you go. Yeah, but I will be streaming that Thursday next week on the show. Every time you jump, the GPU goes from 99% to 1%, and the frame FPS goes to 2. Damn.
I did have that because I played it over the weekend on PC after it put the patch on, and it was all right actually until I went to one of the main islands, and then as I was parkouring across the rooftops, I noticed the frame rate seemed to be playing up. So yeah, I think I'll leave it on PC then until they've patched it.
The only true Halo is the one on my head. Good for you, Osiris. Good for you. You were missed on Friday, by the way, Osiris, but I'm glad we're going to get to see you at Timeless as well. So yeah, we've no guest, as I said, this week because basically we couldn't get anyone that wanted to do a Monday. Everyone that we wanted to get was like, well, I stream on Monday and blah, blah, blah. So we're basically like, fuck it. We won't have a guest. We'll take our time with this show. Thank you, JL. It was good. It was very good. I'd say it was our best turnout ever since I took it over. So thank you. Greatly appreciate that. So there you go. 70% success rate on that one. Was that?
Cool.
I don't know what the figures were for the stream, though. Brenny's not giving me the figures. I don't know how well we did. So I'll let people know on the next stream how well we did, because we were on the front page for 3 hours. We're on the front page of Twitch, so normally we pull in a big number of people. So we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, let's crack on with the show. Are you ready, Dave?
Yeah, let's go for it, mate.
Okay, let's go. It's our 275th show. Tonight we discuss the Mound, Omen of Cthulhu, Denshattack, and Moss, the Forgotten Relic. Plus, we're going to discuss Bethesda's plans for the future, and we're going to have a look at the Steam charts, not just for retail, but the free gaming charts as well. All this and a little bit more. So at 225 at one point, I must have been doing all well. Question is, did his mum sew his name tag in the blazer? Yes. 28 years ago. There you go. Because we had the school uniform. We were wearing school uniform. People were surprised that my school blazer and tie still fit me. Yeah. Bear in mind the shorts weren't school shorts. Just so you know, those are the same shorts I'm wearing now, which I bought like 6 months ago. Everyone was like, "Oh, your school shorts." I was like, "Not with my belly." It doesn't. There you go. Right, let's crack on with our first game. This is a game that came out last Tuesday. Let's get this little book with scripts. This came out on PC. This is called The Incident at Galley House. Let's have a look at the trailer for this.
There were secrets within Galley House. Memories waiting to be uncovered.
Sorry, is there a Rupert Galley here? The invitation said...
I've lived in Galley House all my life, and I've never heard of a Rupert Galley.
I swear, you said you had something to show me.
I think I recognized someone earlier.
What did you say? Someone died?
You know what happened to the girl that used to live here? She slowly went mad.
Oh my!
Naughty devil.
Is he right?
He's not breathing.
I'm so sorry.
It's the house! It's playing with our minds. I need to get out of here. They'll all be here soon. I'll tell them what you did.
It's only just dawning on me how mad of an idea this actually is.
Oh, not mad at all, sir. It's a privilege to be a guest at Galley House.
So there you go, folks. This is The Incident at Galley House. A lot of people are going, is this just Cluedo? But it's a lot more than that, isn't it, Dave?
Yeah, I mean, for starters, it's actually a bit of a remake of an older text-based deduction game called Type Help. So they've just remade it. There's more of a proper game with sort of visual novel type graphics and full voice acting, etc. But it's still a narrative deduction game. You're like I think meant to be like the generally sitting like the year around the 2000s, something like that. But you've got this like special machine that you take into this house where there was a number of murders back in 1936. This machine helps you see like echoes of the past, so you can pick up on like conversations that happened. So what you're sort of seeing when you're playing the game is you'll see like silhouettes of people talking. You're trying to like work out who each silhouette is, and I think as you work it out, you're like fill in the character so you can like see who it is. You can try and work out where they went through the house and try and work out ultimately what led to all the murders that happened and who was responsible for them. So if you like a good who done it, this is probably pretty good. I quite like the sound of it.
It's like Cluedo mixed with Guess Who, because you're trying to deduct who's who.
Yeah.
And with the added murder bit.
And the test for this did another sort of well-received deductive mystery game called The Root Trees Are Dead, which I think got mentioned in the chat, and that was meant to be pretty good. There seems to be quite a few of these types of games coming out now, and they're generally doing pretty well and proving pretty popular with people.
Yeah. There you go. Let's have a look. So at the moment, it's currently £15.97 but you've got to buy it in the next 20 hours. Otherwise, it goes back up to 17.75. Was Tim Curry in Cluedo? No, he was, but the film was called Clue because the American version of Cluedo is called Clue. So he was in the film. He was the butler. It's a very funny film, actually, and it has multiple endings. So there you go. I think I can wait until the sound is on. There you go. Wrong box. Sorry, you typed shit. But still, I think. Right, anyway, there we go. I'm sure there was supposed to be a remake, but I'd leave it alone. Leave it as it is. It's really good. Best bit of that film is goes da 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 da. I am your singing telegram. Bang, dead. That's great. I love that. It's just such a well-timed thing. You got Christopher thingy from Back to the Future in it as well. He's in it. Got his name now.
Christopher Lloyd, isn't it?
Christopher Lloyd, yeah, he's in it.
A long time since I've seen that movie. I can't remember much about it at all.
Yeah. Evening all. Yeah, all the endings. Tim Curry speeding up, trying to explain his excellent is. It's very, very well done. It's a very well done film. Apparently, when it was released at cinemas, whereas if you watch like the home version or the streaming version or whatever, or the DVD or whatever, Blu-ray, you get all three endings in one go. But when you went to cinema, there you only got one ending when they officially put it, and it got people to go back and watch it again because you didn't know what ending you were going to get. And not many people know that. It was actually you had different endings, so it was almost like a reason to go back and watch it again at the cinema.
Very cool.
There you go. Right, folks, we don't review the games, but we do scour the internet, find lots of different scores off different websites, whether it be Gamer Ranks, Eurogamer, Metacritic, IGN, GameSpot, to name a few. We take those scores, we turn it into an average. You may agree with it, you may not, but if you guess correctly, you will get a shout out in the chat, and you can have anything from 0 to 10, and you can have 0.5s as well. So let's see what people are saying in the chat. Danker on YouTube says 7.5. Kindred saying an 8. Rockmuse saying a 7. Chloe saying a 6.5. Hannah saying a 7.5. Chat, get your scores in. Dave, what do you reckon this got?
I'm going to try an 8.
Okay, going for an 8. All right. Folks, just give me a couple of seconds. This is the Incident at Galley House, which came out last Tuesday on PC, and you can currently get it for just under 16 quid before it goes back up to nearly 18 quid tomorrow. So there you go. Lava Bean saying a 6.5. Just guessing. I know nothing about the game. You never know. You might be right. You never know. I don't know what the score is, but I'm going to disagree with it anyway. That's fine, Iquel. You can do that. If there are no more scores in the chat, I can tell you, Iquel said 5. I can tell you that getting us off the bat, this got 8 out of 10.
Nice.
It's a good, strong start and a good game. So if you like your murder mysteries and your detective games, definitely check this out because this has been reviewed very, very well. So there you go. The only person I think that got this right was Kindred, unless anyone else said 8. I think literally Kindred got it right and nobody else.
I said 8.
There you go. Well done. I mean, you said 8. Yeah. But in the chat, Chloe's like, I was well off. There you go. So, so Kindred's the only one that needs a shout out. As for Dave, you can do exclamation Dave in the chat because Dave is not a streamer. We can't shout out a channel for him, but we can do a shout out in another way. How would you like a shout out?
Have you got room to spin around in that?
I can, but it's a wooden floor, so I'll probably go gliding off like last time. And we did
a
manage
risk
to get
I'm happy for you to take.
All right, thanks.
No problem.
Here we go. I might have to hang on to the table for this. Oh God, no, I don't want to do that. 3, 2, 1. Dave! No, that's not going to work. I'm just going to go. Dave! It can kind of spin, but I just end up going off to the side.
See ya.
Fortnite, ladies and gentlemen. Special guest appearance by Peely. Ah, there you go. Yeah, it's not a spinning, so we won't hurt ourselves. Watch your knees. Luckily, my knees did not hit anything. There you go. That's our first game of tonight done. You're an Anna. Saw what you did there. Now on to something a bit more, even more serious and more sinister. I actually got sent a copy of this game back end of last week, and we might have another copy to give away as a prize. So I'm seriously considering changing Monday's stream because it was either going to be the Altars DLC or the new Power Wash DLC. But since I've managed to get a copy of this, and this intrigued me, and I've seen people talking about this for a couple of weeks now, we might do this on Monday instead. This came out on Wednesday last week on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. And this is called The Mound, Omen of Cthulhu. Let's have a look at this.
Round and round the sun, where the ancient ones are born. Do not whisper, do not weep, nor you awaken from his sleep.
Eyes will lie and eyes will weep. Nothing here is what it seems.
Bringing death. PlayStation.
There you go. That is The Mound, Omen of Cthulhu. This intrigued me because I'm going to say this. I know Kindred's mentioned this about this, the fact that you can play this with other people, but they see different things to what you see. And I've seen lots of people playing it, and this game does mess with your head because you think you know what you're doing or what you're seeing, and it might not be the right thing, or you might have a monster come running at you. Turns out it's one of your players, your co-mates, and you end up like killing them by accident. And I was like, I like this because it does take elements of some of the things that Outlast Trials, where you might see one of your teammates, but it turns out it's not your teammate. It's a computer-generated character that's going to attack you. So yeah, I like the look of this. As I say, I got a copy sent to me, and I might be getting another copy. So we might end up doing this on Monday instead. I think this is intriguing. But I'll let Dave talk more about this because I definitely like the look of this.
So this is a 4-player, well, up to 4-player sort of co-op extraction game. So it's set in like the sort of H.P. Lovecraft sort of world with Cthulhu and all that sort of nice horror stuff that we've seen in like very, very many games. You know, a lot of people like doing the Lovecraftian experience, you know, especially with like the sanity meter, which is what you mentioned in this one. The sort of setting for this, I think, is set during like the time of the conquistadors. They're sailing to a particular, I think, island or something like that, and they're going. Each map that you sort of go into play, you want to go in and try and extract as much stuff as you can. So it's an extraction type shooter, if you like. But when you go in and start exploring through like the jungle, as you say, there's the sanity meter is going to come into play. You might see things that aren't quite right. It's going to mess with you. You can actually defend yourself against monsters. Try and help each other out where you can. And then try and get back out of the loot so you can buy some cool stuff to boost your character up for the next time you go in. I think with the game you start off with like 4 different characters you can play as. The one review that I saw said they don't really feel any different, and there are some more to unlock, but whether they feel any different I don't know. But apparently the initial 4 are very similar to each other. And one review I was looking at said it also seems a little bit on the janky side, but it's
Okay.
probably nothing that can't get fixed. A little bit of patching here and there, but it also sounded like it is best to play with people or at least human,
Yeah.
because apparently the co-op AI is pretty useless. So yeah, if you try and play it single player and you get knocked down by a monster, the co-op AI is probably not going to be much help to try and revive you or help you out in firefights and stuff like that, which can be part of the course of these types of games. I've played other multiplayer games single player, and the AI is just waste of time kind of sport it. So definitely one to get together with some people so you can get on voice chat and help each other out through there. But I say it looks like an interesting game, and graphic wise, I think the jungle set looks pretty good the way they're designed.
Yeah,
that. So hopefully when you come to play it, it'll be a good experience.
Yeah, I want to give it a go. Price wise, it's £26.75 down to £21.40 on Steam right now. So it's the cheapest you're going to get it. Otherwise, it's 25 quid on Xbox and PlayStation. So it's actually cheaper than Steam normally. But there you go. So worth having a look at that. The only concern I have about its longevity is the Nacon published this, and they aren't they are in a lot of trouble. That's the problem. That company is not doing well. So it's longevity, I think he's meaning to say, that this might not last. But we'll see. Jump on it quicker than now, then we'll see how we go. My arch nemesis is here. Mag does not extensively research games. He just uses the first bit. I'm glad he's changed that, because he kept putting Google on. I made the joke that I use Bing. So thank you for actually paying attention, Dave. Dave. 3, Go Home Rock News. 4, Icarl cheated again at MCR. He didn't. In fact, he did win a game and then relinquished his title so that other people could win it, which I thought was very good. So, yeah, get your facts right, Dave. 5, Halo rules. We'll see next week. And he then said something else. 6, Chloe Smell. There you go. Glad we covered all that. Let's see what people are seeing for scores. If you just joined us, get your scores in what you think this might be. Dank is saying a 7. Chloe said, I'll hate this. So obviously a 9. Then after hearing what you said, Dave, Chloe changed it to an 8.5. Kindred says a 7. Rockmuse says an 8. Hannah saying a 7.5. Dave, can we start the stream from the beginning? No. Fuck off. Lava Being, 8. If not, 8. I wish I hadn't said fuck off now, because he actually didn't put a proper answer. Never mind. Oh, well. Dave protests too much. Apparently so. He's going to cry now. And then run out. And then quit. In that order. Speaking of Dave's, Dave, what say you to this one?
I'm going to try 7.5.
7.5. Okay. 7.5 for you. Folks, any more guesses? Let us know. This is the Mound, Omen of Cthulhu. Came out last Wednesday on PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S. I said it's 25 quid on the consoles. You can get it for just over 20 quid right now on PC. It does look like streamer bait, but seems to be decently received by those in chat. I'll see what I make of it. I'm very seriously considering streaming this on Monday instead. JL says an 8 out of 10. If there are no more scores in chat, I can tell you that this got 7 out of 10.
Not too bad.
So good. Okay. Perfectly decent. Good game. Nothing amazing, but okay. And I think some of the jankiness probably makes for that. And I said you'll probably get a better experience playing it with people than you would if you play it. You can play it solo. I know Rock Muse asked the question. Don't you have your notifications on? What do you mean, Rock Muse?
Oh, it's because Dave didn't know what time we were on tonight. He got confused looking at the chat. Came on at 8:30, but it was because it was 9 o'clock tonight for not Tuesday night's gaming chat.
No, it says 9 o'clock in the Discord.
He's
So
clearly
it's
not
9 o'clock in the
keeping track of
Discord.
things, is he?
Yeah, not keeping track. So that sounds like a him problem, not an us problem.
definitely.
It was advertised at 9 o'clock in the Discord. So yeah, I'm shocked he could tell the time anyway. How many episodes has this been going on? That's a good point. Yeah, see if people can read. There's a big clue in a minute.
Oh, there we go.
Rock Muse forgot to reply to
Way
Dave.
too long.
There you go. Danker's got 1 out of 2 so far. Kindred's got 2 out of 2. So Kindred's in the lead. Well done. Dave, you were just 0.5 off. You were close, though. You were close. 0 out of 2 banner. Did anyone else say 7? Let's go have a quick look. I think everyone went higher or was just above. Yeah, everyone was slightly higher. So never mind. Never mind. Yeah, just Kindred. Well done. Let's talk about our first bit of news. And tonight, I want to talk about why Nintendo have decided that it might not be a good idea to do a Switch 2 OLED model. Now, if you remember, the Nintendo Switch, when it came back out in 2017, was about a year after its release, it was announced that a new Switch OLED would be coming out, which was basically a better screen, looks a bit better, you know. Nothing majorly different from the original Switch, but I know quite a few people preferred it, and it sold quite well. Some might remember also that there was also the Switch Lite, which was the sleeker, smaller version, which could do most of the things, but wasn't as clever and more intuitive. It was basically just a handheld console. And that's pretty much what it did. So people were kind of expecting that this would follow suit with Switch 2, and that Switch 2 would bring out an OLED model or maybe even a light version. But Nintendo have basically stated that it's highly unlikely that they're going to bring that out, and they stated the following reasons. One, the manufacturing costs since 2017 have shot up. So for them to just manufacture it alone, they'd have to sell this at a lot higher price than the Switch 2 as it stands. And obviously all the component costs have also gone shooting up as well. Now, they've already put up the price of the standard Switch 2 since it released May of last year by an average of $50. And Nintendo are one of the few companies that have basically said they don't really want to put the prices up if they can't help it. Xbox, PlayStation, you could fucking learn something from that. So they said they'd rather not put an OLED version out than do that and it just be too expensive for people. So I want to see what chat's thoughts are on this. But Dave, what your opinion? Do you think that's a wise move by them? And do you think anyone's really going to miss an OLED version or not?
Well, there'll always be some people who would prefer an OLED panel because they are nice. They are nice. I never had the original Switch OLED version, but I've got the OLED Steam Deck. And going from the LCD of the Steam Deck to the OLED, it is a much, much nicer screen. You know, I don't know if you've seen like an OLED TV, but it's just the way it does the colors. You know, you got the pure blacks there. So where instead of the screen being like grey, you know, a place that should be dark, it's purely black, which looks much nicer. All the other colors really pop on the screen as well. So the screen is really nice. You know, if they'd have launched with a choice of like that LCD or OLED, I would definitely have gone the OLED route just because the panel is that much nicer. But I can appreciate that. You know, they might be hesitant with doing it for the Switch 2 if, you know, it would cost them quite a lot more to get these panels in, and it would force the Switch 2 price up. Because as you say, they have announced the price increase, which I think comes into effect in September. So they haven't increased, yes, but that is to come. But if, you know, it got pushed up again because of a better panel in there, then they might want to avoid that. They might want to try and get that lower price to, like, you know, tempt more people to the hardware. Because when people are looking around the minute, you know, looking at Xbox, looking at PlayStation, they're, you know, well expensive. They over like £600 at the moment, something like that.
Yeah, going up
the
to
main
7
models. So if they can keep the Switch 2 lower, yeah, probably tend to a few more people that way. So perhaps that's their thinking.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. I'm going to see what people said here. JL says they should just focus on the Switch 1 and 2 rather than blatantly produce the LED version. I totally get that.
I mean, I don't think the screen on the Switch 2 is bad at all, to be quite honest.
No, I think
it's better than I thought it was going to be for an LCD screen.
Yeah, I think it's pretty well done. Like being said, based on the RAM Apocalypse comments from numerous partners, I suspect prices will go up again at least once more in the next 12 months. I think that's highly likely. If Nintendo, as Dave said, if Nintendo can stop from putting their prices up, Xbox and PlayStation will probably do it again. Wouldn't surprise me. But it means Switch 2 is a lot more favourable than the other consoles, as Dave rightly said. It might end up being a better selling console than people expect. So I think it's just going to kind of take the market up. Let alone new devices are probably on hold. I would say that's it. The cost just can't be justified at the moment. I think that's very true. Osiris says, to be honest, I'm not too bothered. Though at present, I didn't bother getting the second Switch, as heard you couldn't bring over old games. So that put me off, however, as far as I know. It's not true. You can. I have played old games on it.
Yeah, the Switch 1 titles are supported. I think there was a very minor number that weren't. That's
it's only
like a control method or something like that wasn't supported.
Yeah.
On Switch 2, but it was in the minority. That was.
Yeah. I think people got the wrong end of the stick because they started bringing out these upgraded versions of said games that were on the Switch, like the Zelda games and Mario Wonder and that. But they were just extra bits with stuff added on, which really were like additional extras if you wanted to pay the extra like 10 or 20 quid. Or if you didn't have them, they were brand new versions of them. Like I never played Kirby in the Forgotten World, and obviously that came out last year, and it meant I got to play the new version. I really enjoyed it. So it had its benefits, but nearly all other Switch titles, I think all the other Switch games I've got, all play on the Switch. So everything I bought previously on the Switch works. And I don't have a Switch anymore. I got rid of it because I got a Switch 2. So there you go. Remember, Valve offered refurbished OLED Steam Decks at $439. It is now $789 for a new one. Nearly 80% more. Frank says, yeah, pretty much everything can be playing on the Switch 2. Yeah, there's only, as Dave said, there's only a few titles that can't, and they're quite a bit of a rarity. So if you do ever make the jump, Osiris, it's worth it. I like my Switch 2. Not going to lie. I still think the panel on the back is the flimsiest piece of shit. They could have solved that from the last one because it was crap on the first one. They should have sorted this out. The rest of it's great. Can't say I use the mouse controls for anything.
I think it's an option, to be honest.
Yeah,
it looks uncomfortable, quite honestly. Trying to use the mouse.
I think you need a lot of desk space as well, and it's just not that far. To be honest, the one company I haven't touched for a while, and now most certainly will not go back to, is Sony with their PlayStations. Well, we've discussed that for weeks on end, so you know, Sony can do one as far as we're concerned at the moment. But there you go. So we'll talk about obviously how well the Switch does and everything on future shows. Moving on to our next game, a game that you may have seen me play on Thursday night. A game that a lot of people have been waiting for. This came out last Wednesday on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch 2, and PC. The absolutely balmy but very fun Denshattack. Let's have a look at this. This trailer is also as balmy as the game. Let's go.
る自分は変わらない外の景色は絶えず変わり続けてる乗り込んだその時から時代は進んだんだもう一度あの駅で降りてもあの時の景色はもう残ってないぜ先はまだ決めてないどこにいるかも到底わからない進み続ける車輪の音だけずっと鼓動のように響いている分かる道なら安全だその先のことを考えてブレーキをかけて安全運転間違いじゃないことは分かってるけれど僕らはどこにいる知ってていつしか見失って車窓に映る自分は変わらない外の景色は絶えず変わり続けてる乗り込んだその時から僕らは進んだんだもう一度あの駅で降りたらあの時の景色を思い出せるようにまだ走り出してく
電車アタック
See, Danker's got a good point here. How this wasn't in the top 50 most talked expected 2020 games, I don't know. I know because, like, I first heard about this a year or two. I've been really waiting for this. I was very, very excited for this. But when it came to the start of the year and everyone was creating their lists of, or you know, what to look out for, no one mentioned this. Literally, no one mentioned it. Like it didn't even fall up because I ended up with about 300 games, and then I have to see how many times people mention them. Just didn't even get in that list of 300, and I can't believe that. So there you go. I agree with Danker. Yeah, I know, absolutely nuts. But yeah, so we played this on Thursday. We also played this at the Twitch meet, and people were like, "What the is this?" It's great. And to answer your question, Lava Beam, you do the track drifting, you balance. When you've got a single track, when you've got the double track, you do like a drift boost. So it's like different. It's a different mechanic. So there's lots of different mechanics that you have to learn. I love playing this on Thursday. Not going to lie. Can't get enough of it. It's great. So for those who don't know what this is, and I'm also going to say hello to over on YouTube if they're still watching, Berenowitz. Hope you're all right. You'll get an idea of what this show's all about. Dave, tell us a little bit more about Denshattack.
Yeah, sure. So I mean, for anyone who perhaps played the old original Tony Hawk games and thought it'd be better if he was a train. Here you go. Decades later, they brought out a game where you're doing lots of like skating tricks, but you're a train. Yeah, it certainly looks interesting. It's got a cool visual style to it, quite reminiscent of the sort of Jet Set Radio type games that we got from Sega way back when. And I think in this one you're playing a delivery driver called Emmy. I think she sort of travels between these different Japanese cities that are now all enclosed in like special domes to protect them from the pollution outside, all run by some sort of dodgy mega corporation. And she gets sort of mixed up with a group of the people who get into Denshattack, which is an underground sport where you just do like tricks in your trains, trying to like show off, prove you're the best. So you just get to do this as you're traveling from city to city across the tracks. Just see what tricks you can pull off, try and get a high score. See if you can beat the boss of the region. It looks like there's some pretty cool boss fights from some of the gameplay I've seen, and it looks like a pretty just a fun game, really. Yeah, just do lots of skateboarding tricks on as a train. Does sound very cool. I think you can probably sort of, get through it with a reasonable bit of skill, but I think if you really want to delve into it, there's quite a lot of depth and a lot of tricks. And I think I've seen a few people describe the way that you can do the tricks. It was a bit like sort of fighting game inputs. Doing quite a lot with the right stick to get the inputs correct for the different tricks. So it sounds like there's got a lot of depth there. If you really want to get into it, really want to go high score chasing, I reckon a lot of people are going to enjoy this from what I've seen. Yeah.
I've been since I'm curious what the highest and lowest review scores are for a game like this, more than the average. I will tell you that a little bit later on. Did I see the Denshattack arcade machine arcade club, the opposite end of the train arcade? I didn't, but I've seen the video they promoted because it was a brand new machine they got. They had a couple of new machines on Friday. They got a brand new Outrun 2 set with 4 giant cars that you sit in, which is great. And then in the adult only, there is a whole train simulator thing. Denshattack, you get in, you've got all the controls of the train. And the game itself is not that interesting. You are just driving a train to a platform. But it's the fact you've got all the controls on that, and that's why people love it. Because they're like, oh, I'm driving a train. Just go and work for fucking Network Rail then. So let's see what people are saying. Scores-wise. So those who've just tuned in, have a guess at the scores, what the review critics said. If you get it right, you'll get a shout out. Chloe's saying 8 out of 10 for this one. I should also say, sorry, this is 16 quid on Steam, currently £14.39. It's 16 quid on Xbox. You can get it free on Game Pass. It's 16 quid on PlayStation and 16 quid on Switch, which is not bad at all. Not bad at all. So Chloe said 8. Rockby said 7.5. Icor said, I say 9, but I think it probably reviewed a little bit lower, so 8.5. Hannah said 8. Osiris said 8. Dank is saying a 9. JL saying an 8. Kindred says, I'm torn between 8.5 and 9. I bet some critics have scored this badly, but he's going to go for a 9. Was it any good, Dave? Let me know. Did you think it was good? I've tried to work for Network Rail. They were scared of me being near a train. That's fair. I thought you meant you tried the thing, but there you go. Lava Being, 8.5. Tompa, good evening, Tompa. Good to see you. And Dave Housen saying an 8. There you go. Dave, what would you give this?
8.5.
8.5, okay. Folks, this is your last chance. This is Denshattack, which came out last Wednesday on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch 2, PC, and you can get it on Game Pass. And if there are no more scores in the chat, I can tell you. You have the video evidence, so you have to send it me. I'll have to check it out. I want to see him driving a train. I can tell you that this scored
Oh wow,
9.5 on average. Most of the reviews were 9s and higher, and there were a couple of 10s. So this got a 9.5 on average. PC Gamer Score apparently got 68. I think Metacritic was something like 80. It was either 86 or 88 when I last checked, which would have been last night because I had to write some of the show last night because we're a day early with this show. So I was playing safe. There you go. That's crazy. But yeah, 9.5 on average, which I'm really, really happy about because I love this. Loving it. So there you go. I don't think anybody got this right. And as you said, Danker said this might end up winning some game awards this year, and I think it will be a dark horse. I think it's a good shoe-in for the stuff. So we shall see. I don't think anybody. Yeah, the player scores are 9.5s and 10s too. Yeah, I think the critics love this just as much as the players. So yeah, no one got this. So I've managed to stump everyone on that one. There you go. First one of the night. So not everyone's going to get a full house now. Let's move on to our next game. And this is a game. Now, this is an interesting story, this one. This is a game that I got to play when I was invited to the Devolver event during Summer Games Fest. And there was 3 games I played while I was in London. And they said that all 3 games would appear on the PC Gaming Show. And then when we streamed the PC Gaming Show, only 2 of the games appeared, weirdly. And we were like, why did this not appear? And I never got an answer. But this is the first of the 3 games that has actually come out. This came out on Thursday. It's on Switch and Switch 2 and PC. And this is Heave Ho 2. There you go, Heave-Ho 2. So I got to play this at oh god, what was the bar called? Forgot the name of the place. Gaming bar. Dave might remember because Dave Housen, because they used to broadcast from there outside Xbox. Loading Bar, thank you. Yes, Loading Bar in London. And yeah, I got to play with one of the guys that made the game and a couple of other people, random people. It was a lot of fun. But it never got mentioned on the PC Game Show, which was weird. So, but no, it was good fun. So, Dave, tell us a little bit more about this.
Yeah, this is a co-op physics-based sort of puzzle game where you've got to work together to try and get through the levels. You might have to like collect keys to get to locks or move stuff around, or just find a route through. But you've got to sort of use your character's just got the hands, so you can just use the hands to grab onto things. Then you use a bit of momentum to try and get yourself moving, grab onto the characters to like get them moving as well, get them somewhere else to level. So it's one of those games that I think could be a lot of fun, but could probably also cause quite a few arguments as well between people when things get a bit heated and not quite going according to plan. So it's probably one of those ones best to play like a group of mates, so just like randoms on the internet. So I think this time, as well as being local co-op, it adds full online multiplayer. So it probably wouldn't work that well if you were playing with randoms. Especially if you have like voice chat on, you probably wouldn't be able to get particularly far. But if you're playing with a group of mates, probably have a few drinks as well, it could be a right good laugh.
Yeah, we I don't know whether this is going to be a thing. The dev actually made some very special hand controls, which were like big wavy arm things you had to use live, which attached to Switch 2 controllers. It was really funny watching him move about as Chaos assumed. So yeah, I have no idea whether that is an option that's ever going to actually be a thing, or whether it was just for that event. But it was very, very funny. So there you go. This is basically £9 on PC and £9 on both Switches, which is a bargain. There you go. And as you said, it's coach co-op and online co-op as well, which is good. Should need more stuff for that. Let's see what people say in the chat. Get your scores in now. If you get the score correctly, you get a shout out. Let's see what people are saying. Let's scroll on down. Dank says this is going to get an 8. Lava Being saying 7.5. Kindred saying an 8. Hannah saying an 8. Rockmuse saying a 7. Chloe saying a 7. While we're waiting for more scores in chat, Dave, what do you reckon this got?
I'm going to try an 8.
Okay, going for an 8.
Yep.
Folks, get your scores in. This is Heave-Ho 2, which came out last Thursday on Switch, Switch 2, and PC. It says for the price, it's worth a punt. I had a lot of fun with it. I'm not going to lie. I had a lot of fun with it. So, yeah, if you think you got people you can play it with and stuff, go get it. It's probably for a party night if you got it. So, yeah, go give it a shout. If there are no more scores in the chat, I can tell you that this, on average, got 8 out of 10.
Nice.
Well done, Dave. You got it right.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Dave Housen came with 7.5. Just missed it there. Hannah, congratulations. You got your first one right. Kindred, you're back on your streak, even though you didn't get the last one. Danka, also doing well again. So you got another one. Well done to all of you. But Hannah, well done. You got our first one. So Kindred is 3 for 4. So finally, Dave's like curses. Yeah, you're only 0.5 out, Dave, on that one. So there you go. So while they're giving the shout outs, Rockmuse Blesser says, I'm still at nil poir. 2 streams, and it's 2 full streams in this one. Damn, that's got to change. You've got to get at least one right tonight, Rockmuse. It's got to happen. I have faith. Dank says 2 for 4. That's not too bad. You got 50% right. And we have got a full 8 games. I doubt we were not going to have that problem now until we get towards Christmas again. So there you go. Thank you for all the shout outs to my wonderful Marts. Dave, how would you like your shout out?
Well, I think it's got to be the old knee cracker next, hasn't it?
Knee cracker.
Kindred's waiting for that.
Oh, yeah. Kindred's favourite. I've got my shorts on as well, so this should be doubly as good. Let's move the chair into position. Right, here we go.
Go for it.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
That can't be good.
In 3, in 2, 1. Dave, I couldn't get up that quick. Oh,
Well
are
done,
you
mate.
sure it's my knees? It's definitely my knees. Oh, there you go. Raw, says Duncan. Raw. He says only because my body cracks when I move. Damn. There you go. There you go. Well done, Dave. You're also 50%. You got 2. So you're on par with Duncan tonight. There you go. Let's move on to some more gaming news. I heard that from down here. Let's move on to the news. So this is an interesting one. Obviously, we're talking about the fact that we've got a new Halo, kind of new Halo, revamped Halo coming out next week. And I'll be playing it next week. We'll probably talk about it on the show the week after that. And then Dave was talking about he's going back through some of the other Halos over the weekend. It's come to light that this over the past 7 days, there was due to be a brand new Halo multiplayer game come out, and the project has been cancelled. Now, this isn't a surprise because Xbox has been culling everything left, right, and centre, but this was being made by Certain Infinity, who had made lots of other online parts for some of the Halo games and Call of Duty over the many years. And originally, and this is the bit where it worries me, originally it was due to be released as a battle royale game. So we're talking PUBG, Fortnite with Peely, 100 Spartans going in an arena, battling it out. So nothing like Halo multiplayer. But apparently they decided to go against that because it just didn't work. But they kept the maps, and they were doing something. That wasn't my knee, by the way. That was just a cat next to me. They were basically looking at doing more versions of a thing that was like some of the multiplayer modes in Halo 5, and also adding an extraction thing. So things like the Division and other games like that have an extraction mode. So they kind of went back to it and said, well, what worked well, what didn't? But unfortunately, this was all going to be done on Unreal Engine 5 as well. This whole thing got scrapped. But it's crazy that we hadn't heard anything at all about this. Now, whether this was to go alongside the new Halo campaign Evolved, because some people were like, oh, we're not getting a multiplayer with that. That's annoying. People were kind of going, maybe this was a thing that's saying, oh, if people got that, this was going to be an addition to, or to appease the people who didn't like that. But either way, you're not getting it now. I want your people's thoughts on it, so let me know. Dave, I mean, you like the multiplayer and stuff, and you like Halo in general.
Oh, yeah.
What are your thoughts about this project has been scrapped?
It's a shame, as you say, because it's been quite a while since we've had a new multiplayer game in the Halo universe. I mean, Halo Infinite, whilst it was a really good multiplayer game, it just didn't really have a good roadmap set up. I mean, it was taking 343 Studios, they were named at the time, just ages to do anything. They were having a really bad time just trying to get Halo Infinite out the door, and it kind of sounds like they've been having problems trying to get like Halo campaign Evolved finished, because I think one of the reasons this multiplayer got cancelled because they needed Certain Affinity to help out with campaign Evolved to get that finished and up to scratch, to get that out the door. So let's move all the resources away from the multiplayer, get this main game out. So that seems to be one of the causes. But we don't really know exactly what they're working on. We never saw any gameplay of it. As you say, it was described as initially Battle Royale, then it's all evolved into like an extraction shoot. So then apparently there was also talk of, as you mentioned, from Halo 5, the mention like the Warzone mode, which was a big sort of firefight map where you get lots of enemy AI on there and multiple like Spartan teams or Spartan Covenant teams, try and do various things on the map, take out the AI. that was quite good. I quite enjoyed playing some of that,
Mhm.
way back when. If they're doing something like that again, that could be quite interesting. But I'm just not going to see that now. So whether they're going to go back and try and make more of an arena multiplayer game like Halo Infinite's multiplayer was. 'Cause that was
Yeah.
good. That was smaller number of players, fast paced. Levels would blast through them pretty quickly, but it was always good fun. Maybe they'll go back to something like that. But I think whilst people are probably hoping we might get the multiplayer mode from Combat Evolved back in the remake, I think unfortunately for the big AAA companies, that type of multiplayer game where we just give you the maps and let you play and have fun is not what they want to sell you anymore. They
No,
want to
they
give you
want to
something with a battle pass with fucking cosmetics up your ass,
Yeah.
stuff that's going to nickel and dime you. They want to do that, so they're not going to give you like the good stuff that we used to get way back in the late 90s, early 2000s. That ain't it. So I don't know what they're going to do multiplayer wise. I mean, whatever they decide to do, they've got to make sure when they bring it out, it's actually got a roadmap that they can stick to with like the seasons, which we get for everything else these days, that can keep rattling along at a good pace to keep people interested.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, with Infinite, what was a good game, they took too long between seasons. People just
it was,
migrated off to other stuff.
yeah.
Well, one of them was like 6 months. There's a massive
Yeah.
gap. Yeah.
I was like,
And
that's
unfortunately, people want content really, really, really quickly, or they're going to move on to other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People moved on massively from that game
Yeah.
because you're right. It took like you're waiting 6 months for the
Yeah.
next entry. It's like,
So they need to improve things over at that studio because they've been pretty crap with Halo. Since they took it over from like the Halo 4 days. Just trying to get this stuff out. Support it. They've been absolutely terrible. I hope they can improve them, but who knows all the change that's what's going through, quite what they'll end up doing.
yeah. I recommend we introduce a DLC or some kind of season pass to the talk show. We could actually make some money then. That's true. In exchange for spending money, you have the
I'll have a
option.
battle pass.
Yeah, it said muting mag. Don't think the show would run very well if that was the case. Yeah. You can pay for a bonus where I get blocked. Also, I'm going to block Dave. How much do we want to start that at? As little as a penny?
Oh, no, 20 quid. I think some people will pay for that.
Probably some people might pay 100 quid.
Yeah.
We'll see. There you go. A penny. Yeah. I want to make it available to all, Dave. There you go. So no multiplayer for Halo anytime soon. Big Fuzzy Panda, good evening. Good to see you. He was confused. He went, I almost thought it was Tuesday then. But obviously tonight it's called not Tuesday Night Gaming Chat. Bring back the half P. I always thought they should bring out the $4.99 note back in the day. Would have been a lot more easier. Games as a service that are funded by non-service appropriate funding models, aka not services. Can we have stocks to throw wet sponges at Dave at Timeless? Unpopular opinion, Halo is smell. I couldn't agree more. Fury, good evening. Good to see you, Fury. Halo is in shocking state. 5 years on of Infinite, and the best what we are getting is 3 new missions and some cutscenes. Also, a reheat of what came 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Shocking.
It's terrible. They just dropped the storyline they were following with Halo Infinite and from Halo. Because they fucked it with Halo 5. Kind of dropped that storyline. I think it's finishing a book, and then I fucked Halo Infinite one as well, and I think that one's finished off in a book as well.
Yeah,
they just keep ballsing up the stories.
So let's do what we did with Gears of War. Just keep releasing the first one again and again.
Yeah. Well, they know people like it. I like it anyway. I know you don't. Plenty of people do.
I might enjoy it next week when I play it. You never know.
You never know.
You never know. They might have updated.
I'm sure we played it co-op donkeys years ago on the original Xbox, and I'm sure you enjoyed it.
I played the co-op. I enjoyed the co-op. I've always said I enjoyed the multiplayer stuff. I did like Infinite though, and that was a weird thing that obviously I liked Infinite, and all the fucking Halo fans hated it. That was typical. So I didn't have a bad word to say about Halo Infinite, but got to get the Sony money. Oh wait, yeah. And let's not mention the TV show.
Oh God, don't.
No,
I'm still trying to forget that.
Yeah, I had 2 opportunities to watch that, and both times I let it pass on by because it was on Amazon. Then it went to Netflix. Didn't bother watching it on either. So there you go.
Good man. As much as I like Halo, that series was awful.
Diath, yeah. Okay, let's move on. Our next game. This is a bit of a revamp of a classic game. It's come out last Thursday on Switch, Switch 2 and PC. And this is Cold Set Begins. Cool. Card Battler. But I like the fact that they brought it back from a very, very, very long time ago, didn't they, Dave?
Yeah, they certainly did. I mean, until I sort of started looking at the video for this, honestly, I'd ever heard of the series.
No, I've not heard of it.
I think originally it was like Japanese only, like the first
Hmm.
few releases. And it originally started, I think, back in '97 on the Sega Saturn. So it is an old series, but
Yeah.
it's had various releases through the years, and now it's you know, out as this release on I think various platforms. But yeah, it's a bit of a card battle. You play like on a bit of a board game, you know, just trying to you use your various cards to, you know, defeat your opponents. And I think the cards have got various, you know, different abilities. One's like magical abilities, one's let you call like creatures and stuff like that. It looks all right from what I could tell.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't say it's something I'd go rushing out to play because I'm not really into card battles. And
Yeah.
you know, I'm not bothered about playing a board game on the computer. I'd rather, you know, play a bit of Halo or sail around the high seas in Black Flag, stuff like that, than play
Yeah.
something like this. But you know, considering the series has been going for, you know, years, since 1997, there must be a reasonable number of people who actually enjoy it and, you know, keep playing the games to keep the series going for that long. So perhaps it has got something to it. But I don't know, with all the other choices around, I can't say it's one that's going to grab me at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah. So interestingly, it's saying that it's not out on PC yet. So when they sent me the details about this, it said it came out on PC. But they're saying it doesn't come out until the last quarter on PC. So at the moment on Switch, it's 36 quid, or it's 45 quid on Switch 2. But if you get it on Switch and then you want to upgrade it, it's another 9 quid. But PC's yet to come out, which is really weird because when they sent it, it said it's coming out on PC. But maybe it just got delayed. There was 2 games this week we could have talked about, and one's been pushed back to August and one's been pushed back to November. So it happened in a week's notice. So who knows? But there you go. Price is off point. I think it feels quite pricey for car.
Yeah, for what it is.
45 quid does not seem very.
No.
Yeah.
It seems a bit shitty. It's more expensive on the Switch 2, but you can pay for an upgrade pack. It's not going to look that much better.
No, it's not going to. What's it going to do?
I mean, looking at it, I'd say 20 quid at most. I wouldn't pay over 20 for that. No way.
I'd have gone cheaper than that, to be honest. But hey, there you go. I don't mind certain car battler games, but I'm not paying 45 quid for a car battler. Let's see what people are saying scores wise. Let's go. Chloe says, I'm betting this will do well. 8.5. Danker, 8. Rock Muse, 8. Kindred, 8. Changing my mind after the prices. 7.5, says Chloe. Dave, what say you? Chat, get your scores in. Get a shout out if you get it right.
I'll try an 8.
Okay, going for an 8. All right. Any more for any more? I might downgrade now to 7.5 due to the PC version being absent. Dave says Chloe is evil. 8. Big Fuzzy Bandit says 7. Last chance, folks. This is Cold Set Begins. Came out last Thursday on Switch and Switch 2, and apparently he's not coming out on PC now to the end of the year. iQuail saying 6. And if there are no more scores in chat, I can tell you that this reviewed, on average, 8 out of 10. So the couple of people that changed their score are probably going to regret that now. But also, I'm going to say, Rock Muse got her first one right. I told you you're going to get one right tonight. So there you go. Well done, Rock Muse. Dave, obviously you got your third one right, so we'll come back to you shortly.
Thank you.
Dave Housen, you got it right. Well done. Kindred's up in the lead there now. Kindred is up in the lead, 4 for 5. Well done. Well done, Rock Muse. Well done, Danker. And I think Chloe is probably kicking herself right now. But there you go. There you go. We'll get the shout outs for that. Dave, how would you like your shout out?
Oh, I'm trying to think what else you can do in that room. I mean, you've got a picture of a banana on the wall behind you. You could give the banana a kiss. Why not? Go on, pucker up.
Hang on, tell you what. Let's make this interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see. Oh. How was that?
Very touching.
Is he blushing?
I think so.
Yeah, there you go. I enjoyed that more than you would ever know. Anyway, moving on. Let's go on to our next game. This is a game that I've been sent a lot of press releases about over the last couple of weeks. I'm hard about whether to stream it or not. I don't think I'm going to stream it. But it does look interesting. This came out on Thursday on PC only. This is Pathogenic. Let's have a look at the trailer for this one. Hello, Big Fuzzy Yak. Welcome on in. Good to see you. So this is normally a tenner, and it's down to £8 at the moment until the end of the month, if you want to check it out. Thank Christ they avoided one body part. Yeah, let's not go there. Well, here's a way to get kids enjoying science. I agree. Dave, tell us a bit more, because I think this is quite a cool idea, this.
Yeah, it certainly is. You're playing as like a a virus, a disease. You're infecting a human host, and trying to battle the immune system. And the way you're playing it is like a classic twin stick shooter. So lots of blasting the immune system. It's trying to come and get rid of you. And as you're playing through, you'll be collecting various attachments to improve your virus, to make it more powerful, make it more resilient. And because this is a roguelike, there's I think a number of different diseases you can unlock that you can start with, and different upgrades you can add on to each one. So each time you start, you might start a little bit better, a bit more powerful. And I think this is also procedurally generated as well. So each time you play through, it's going to feel just a little bit different level wise. So it's not going to get too repetitive too quickly. But gameplay wise, in that trailer, it certainly looked pretty good. It looks like it might be worth a blast.
Yeah. Oh, Dad, clarify. Dank was talking about the brain. He says, "Get your mind out."
Ah, right. Yeah, my mind was in the gutter, I'm afraid.
It's really funny. Big Fuzzy Yak said Mr. Peely and got censored by Twitch, and has just typed in Peely a number of times, and now it looks like it's working. I don't know. Blame Twitch. Look, she's done it again, and then she got blocked out again. It's all she's typed in Peely. Makes no sense, but she can type Mr. Peely.
Bizarre.
But then Kindred can type penis.
The system works, doesn't it?
It's a great system, isn't it? There you go. Who knows? I don't make this shit up. Here we go. Let's see what people are saying. But yeah, it is a good price. It's it's cheap as well, which is fantastic. Let's see. Big Fuzzy Hat saying it's going to get an 8 out of 10. Dank saying it's going to get a 9 out of 10. Hannah saying an 8. Kindred saying a 9. Penis is okay. Wow. Wow, Twitch. You can say pissly as well. Which people just going to put in random words that sound similar. Chloe says a 9 out of 10. Dave Housen says a 9 out of 10. Chat, get your scores in. Let us know what you think of this. Dave, what do you reckon this will get?
Oh, I'm going to try an 8 for this one.
Okay, go for an 8 for this. This is Pathogenic, which came out last Thursday on PC. And if there are no more scores, she tried again. It didn't work. Penis is in the dictionary, though, I suppose. I mean, that's true. It does remind me of an old school game from the 80s where you stop blasting asteroids, extraterrestrials. So, yeah. I remember that. I remember that game. Iquel saying an 8. There are no more scores in chat. I can tell you that this, on average, got a 9 out of 10. So again, another game that got rated really, really highly. So I am very tempted now to say, I know I can't put it in this month's schedule, but considering I can get a copy of this quite easily, maybe if I can fit it in August, I will try this out. Chloe is now finally off the starting grid. Finally got one right. Hello, Brian. Good to see you. He says, no idea what game you're on, so it has to be a 7. This was Pathogenic, Brian, and it got a 9 out of 10. And Big Fuzzy Yak is just trying to put rude words in the chat now, and it's just blocking her. Don't get banned, Big Fuzzy Yak. We like you. Kindred has managed to get 5 out of 6 right. Well done, Kindred. Let's see who got this one right then. Dave Housen gets a shout out. Chloe gets a shout out. Kindred gets a shout out. And Danky gets a shout out. 4 of you got it right. Well done. Well done. So there you go. Let's move on. Basically, 2 words with an A and no space gets banned. Must think it is a, I guess that's supposed to say porn website. The corn website sounds great. You could buy popcorn or corn on a cob. Never mind. All right. Let's move on to our next news story. So, it may happen. It's highly likely to happen. But November the 19th, GTA 6. And pre-orders went live a couple of weeks ago. And it's technically going to be the biggest launch of a game ever, because some of the figures are already in and the game is already on course to do between 3 billion or just over 5 billion in its first week in sales. Bearing in mind that GTA 5, which came out nearly 13 years ago, did 1 billion in its first 3 days. So with the pre-orders, it's already going to surpass that 3 to 5 times. Someone's put it into context that GTA 6 is going to be more successful than the biggest box office hit worldwide this year, which is the Super Mario movie, which hasn't even quite hit 1 billion yet. Bearing in mind last year's best movies, one was oh god, can't remember the name of it now, but with the animals that are burglars. It was Zootopia 2, not that one. Zootopia 2, which was a long-wait sequel, made a couple of billion, and Avatar, the third Avatar film, made a couple of billion. There you go. GTA 6 not coming to a PC for 2 years. GTA 6 might not come to a PC for many years. But wait on Doomsday in December for a better measure of it. True. That's true. This is why they're saying between 3 and 5 million. Is the third Avatar any good? No idea. It's on Disney Plus if you want to watch it. I haven't even bothered watching the second one. Yeah, 3 or 5 billion, you lose 2 billion. What happens if it's a bag of shite? When a load of people have spent a load of money on a game and Rockstar are going to be laughing their fucking ass cheeks off. It's never coming out, says Chloe. I secretly hoping it's going to get delayed again just to piss people off.
Oh, it'd be a bugger, wouldn't it? If that happened, pushed it to next year or the year after. I certainly hope not. If we were waiting long enough for the damn thing there.
Do you think all the game companies that have deliberately avoided November for their release will be fucking fuming?
Oh, I know. I mean, if they did rock up tomorrow and say it's delayed, at least everybody who's like cram stuff into like end of September, start of October, they could like then spread it out a bit more, because end of September is ridiculous, the amount of like.
I tell you what, it would really piss Kindred off, and I don't want to piss Kindred off, but Fable got moved because of this. Mm-hmm. Got moved to February, and imagine Rockstar going, coming out February the 14th, Valentine's Day, GTA 6, Kindred would be like, ah! Fable gets pushed back by another couple of months. Do people stay excited that long for this? Apparently so. The proof is in the numbers.
Yeah, there's a lot of hype for it. Seriously.
This could be the most successful GTA game in sales ever. Didn't say the most successful as in good. We'll have to wait until we see the reviews. If that happens, I'll get a passport and go to Rockstar HQ if that happens. I play Fable, not GTA. I've said before, I couldn't give 2 shits about GTA 6. I will play it on this channel because I will give everything a fair shout. I am more looking forward to Fable, personally. Yeah. There you go. Big Fuzzy Yak has never played Fable. There you go. But we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, between 3 and 5 billion in sales, which is mental. So it's already outsold. It's not even out. It's already outsold GTA 5, which is one of the biggest selling games. One of the biggest selling games of all time, because there's like a top 10 and it's in that top 10. So there you go. Should we move on to our final few games of the night?
Yeah, let's do it, mate.
Yeah. Keep installing games and not playing them, So big fuzzy yak.
Done that myself.
Yeah, I've
Maybe
even got a few that I've not got around to finishing yet. I'm trying to get through it. Kick a chicken and be called a rich twat in a new fable. What more do you want? I know. It's going to be good. Now, this is a game that is technically prized of 2 games. Were very well received when they came out on PlayStation, and you could play them in VR. Now they have been revamped so that anyone can play them. This comes out last Thursday on Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, PS4, 5, PC, Switch, and Switch 2. And this is the wonderful Moss, the Forgotten Relic. Let's have a look at this.
Brave little heart, we have weathered wind and rain. Paired from the start, we were meant to find our way.
So there you go. So I'm right in thinking this takes both Moss games that were on VR and have been combined and revamped to make it a game that everyone can play without the use of VR. Is that correct, Dave?
Yeah, that's exactly it, mate. Combine the original 2 games that were VR only into its own single package, and they still look really good on just the normal screens. That they were really good VR games. They sort of immersed you. They kind of made you a character in the game, because whilst you like the camera, just looking around, they made that characters you could see in certain reflections, so you could kind of see your character like in the game, and you could like sort of reach into the world to help quill out the little mouse. You could grab enemies to stop them moving. Grab some of the things in the environment to move them around, so I help get past certain obstacles. All that was like really good, really absolutely fantastic in VR. I mean, these are definitely 2 of my favourite VR experiences what I've played, so far. But it still looks like they did a good job of putting that out into like the flat screen experience. I'm guessing you're going to be using like one of the analog sticks instead to move sort of cursor around the world, to grab the enemies, grab the objects, do a little high five with Quill. Because that was always quite a cool thing you could do. She kind of like interact with you. In VR, you could like look at her, and she'd look at you, give you a little wave, or actually do a little high five. It was very well done, very cute. She was a cool little protagonist to play. And they were really good little platform games. The combat was pretty good as well. They weren't massively long, about sort of 5 to 6 hours, something like that.
Yeah.
For what they were, perfect sort of length for a game.
Yeah.
It had quite a good story as well. I think in the first one, you were on a quest to save your grandfather who'd been kidnapped by a fire-breathing snake that was kind of running the kingdom at the time. And trying to save and defeat the snake. But they're definitely worth playing. And as I say, VR only, so a lot of people would have missed out on these. So it's kind of nice that you've got a chance to play them on a regular system. I definitely recommend it. That's very, very good games.
So this is 16 quid on Steam, but currently £14.39. You've got until the end of the month to get it. $16.74 on Xbox, $15.49 on PlayStation, so slightly cheaper on PlayStation, and then Switch is about 16 quid, so in the middle of the 2. So most expensive on Xbox on this one. Thank you, Kindred, for that. They were originally £20 to £30 each on VR, so 16 quid is a bit of a bargain.
Definitely is.
So, Brian, I totally agree. So, chat, get your scores in. Let's see what people are saying about this. Danker, 8 out of 10. Brian saying, loses something about the VR, but I still enjoyed it. I gave it an 8 out of 10. Chloe, 8. Kindred, 8. Fury says, rarest of a thing, a solid port of a VR game to flat screen. A cracking game in its own right, 8.5. Rockmuse, 7.5. Hannah, 8. Danker says, we'll plan to play the VRs again when I upgrade my headset to Quest 3. There you go. Abdu, welcome on in as well in the chat. You're commenting. There you go. As we were playing that trailer. Abdu saying a 6 for this one. Iquel saying 8. Dave, what say you?
I'm going to try an 8.5.
8.5. Okie dokie. Folks, this is your last chance to get your scores in the chat. This is Moss, the Forgotten Relic, which came out last Thursday on Xbox Series X, S, Xbox One, PS4, 5, PC, Switch, and Switch 2. There you go. Abdu says, any news on these two games? No. Got nothing at the moment. Nothing. We haven't mentioned Show American Story since start of last year on this show because we have not had any news about it whatsoever. Nothing about Kingmakers either. I can tell you the scores in the chat. A number of you got this right because this did get, and it's certainly worth, an 8 out of 10.
Nice.
So there you go. 8 out of 10. So Iquail, well done. You got it right. Hannah, well done. You got it right. Some of you were very close. Kindred got it right. Chloe got it right. Danke got it right. Brian got it right as well. Have we heard anything about Half-Life 3? Fuck all. Nothing.
If only.
Yeah, we wish. I don't think it'll ever happen. I think the closest thing you would have get to Half-Life 3 was Half-Life Alyx. And that was it.
That is a damn good VR game.
Yeah, very good VR game.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. Are you only showing super good games today? Do you know what? It's just the pure luck of the draw because last week we had some really good games and we had some very sort of average okay games. Tonight, they're all faring very, very well. It's just the luck of the draw. It happens. So I think there's some very good games out this week. So we're doing very, very well. Kindred is now 6 for 7. So he's in the lead. He's in the lead. There you go. Our next news story, we're going to talk about Bethesda. Because Todd Howard has been doing the rounds. He's been doing lots of interviews. Because obviously with all the people with the worries with what's going on with Xbox, people want to know what was going on with Bethesda. Now, he didn't really tell us much about what's going on with the new Elder Scrolls. In fact, he hardly mentioned it in all these interviews. But he did confirm a number of things. Obviously, we found out last week that Obsidian have been taken off Avowed 2 to mainly concentrate on a new Fallout game. Todd Howard did confirm this and did state that they are working on it. They are also working on 2 brand new remasters of Fallout. We're going to get a remaster of Fallout 3 and we're going to get a remaster of Fallout New Vegas. Plus, there are multiple Fallout projects that are going to be announced over the course of next year, ready to coincide with the 30th anniversary of the original Fallout in 2027. And I believe they're going to be having a big function in New York where lots of stuff is going to get revealed. Now, whether these Fallout projects are little side projects, books, card games, we don't know, but we are getting that. But one thing he did state was Fallout 5 is happening. He stated that they have started very tentative pre-works on the game but we are going to get a Fallout 5. The only other game that he did mention, which obviously wasn't as successful as Elder Scrolls or Fallout, is Starfield, and they are continuing to support Starfield, put more stuff into it, probably more DLCs, more updates to grow that game into a game which, to be fair, no one really liked on release. Has done fairly well on PlayStation when it came out and seems to have improved over time. But I don't think it will be the kind of game that improves such as Fallout 76 in that respect, which started off as absolute trash and then went on to be something a lot better. Starfield came out as a okay game. They've done a load of updates on it. It's an okay game still. So, you know, that's where you're getting. Hello, Matt. How you doing? Matt says, speaking of VR, you may have heard of VR chat and the too many hours I've lost jumping around raining in the sea. I've seen loads of videos from years ago with VR chat and all the things. Wasn't that the thing where you got the something Knuckles? Wasn't the Brazilian Knuckles? Were the African Knuckles all turning up and all just started chatting at you? And it's like loads of them going, chatting weird.
I never tried it myself, mate. I couldn't tell you.
No, I just saw lots of videos. It was mental. But there you go. Anyway, Matt, hope you're well. Hope you're good. So yeah, thoughts on that? Todd Howard basically telling us some things we already knew from last week, not giving us much information on one project, but telling us a lot of information about that stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if we hear more about the Fallout TV series as well next year. We'll probably get that at the end of. It seems to come out every 2 years. That so 2027 we should see the next series of that.
Yeah, some of these shows are taking a long time to make, aren't they? So we have those 2-year gaps between seasons. So yeah, I'm currently going through series 2 of that at the moment, which I'm enjoying so far. So looking forward to another series because it's been good. Series 1 was really good. Yeah, it'd be nice to know a bit more like expected timelines on some of these, although they're probably reluctant to say in case things slip.
Yeah,
basic video games always seem to slip, don't they? But it'd be nice to have some sort of rough idea, wouldn't it, as when we might see things? Because it's been, was it 2018 when they showed just a little teaser graphic for the Elder Scrolls 6? It was quite a long time ago.
I've got a funny feeling.
Was it older than that?
I think it was earlier than that. We talked about that the other week. In fact,
yeah, it'd be nice to know what the sort of rough sort of time window is for that, because we've been waiting a long time. And unfortunately, Starfield, for me at least, anyway, wasn't really much of a filler. Yeah. I played a good amount of it, but in the end, I just, like yourself, I just think it's an okay game.
Yeah,
I think one of its main problems was it just didn't really have the sort of discoverability, exploration that you got into like the Elder Scrolls, where you're just wandering around a complete world. Starfield just felt too disjointed the way that was designed. But I'm still hopeful that Elder Scrolls 6 will be good. Hopefully they won't try and do a stupid big map and fit it with procedural generation, so then it all ends up feeling a little bit meh in the way that Starfield did. I hope they do a lot more handcrafted in it and control the scope of the game to keep it as good as the last few. And then stuff like Fallout. I mean, it sounds like it's going to be quite a while before we get any proper Fallout game, because if they're doing Fallout 5, only just started up on that. Obsidian are doing whatever their Fallout project is, only just starting it. Both those games are going to be years away. I mean, could even go into like the 2030s before we see those. Considering how long production takes on these things at the minute.
I wonder if the remasters, though, the 2 remasters we're going to get are going to be dropped just like dropped out of nowhere, a bit like what they did with Oblivion last year.
Yeah, they might well be. Maybe they'll do them like a year or more apart, to help like split up the time between the next big Fallout game, so we don't feel quite as aggrieved at the amount of time we're waiting for between releases. They might well do that. And I'm sure they'll go down pretty well, because Fallout 3 was popular in New Vegas. Everyone looks back at that now with a lot of fondness and say it's one of like the best ones. And I remember when that came out, that was absolutely riddled with bugs. It was in the right state, but it got turned around, and it's, as I say, considered the best one in the series so far. So it'd be nice to see what these remasters look like. Are they going to go the full hog and make them look as good as the Oblivion remaster? Because that had a really nice graphical uplift. So I kind of hope they're going to do the same for these ones as well. So it'd be nice to see them when they come out.
Yeah, no, we shall see. I mean, at least they've kind of confirmed some stuff, and obviously we now know we are going to get a Fallout Day next year, as we mentioned earlier. And Danker's just mentioned it as well. Next year, so I'm sure there's going to be loads of things announced. But yeah, as you say, people are like really are waiting for that Elder Scrolls 6 game. It's just like nothing's been talked about. Nothing's going to be talked about. All I'm going to say, Abdu, about all those that you put in there is, if we do have information, we talk about it on the show. So that's why you've got to tune in every week. Simple answer. There should be an industry-wide ban on announcing games early. 1 year from release should be the maximum. Yeah, I agree. Do see games that get announced years, and then about a year before they're due to come out, they get scrapped. So, Perfect Dark being one. What was that dragon game that they kept hyping up for years and years on Xbox, and then it just got cold?
Oh yeah, the name escapes me for now, but yeah, that was looking quite cool.
Yeah,
that was going to be made by Platinum, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah, and then was that Star Wars? Was it 13?
I think it was Scalebound.
Scalebound, yes. Oh, there you go. You already got as well. Kingdom Hearts being another. The whole thing has Smithers holding the gun to Tom Jones back in the Simpsons vibe. It's Asher with a gun held to Todd's head. Smile and wave for the people, Todd. Smile and wave. GTA 6. Well, we just talked about that. It's already done. It's already on track to do 3.5 to 5 billion copies sold. And it hasn't even come out yet. It's already going to break the records of GTA 5. But they'll probably delay it. So there you go. There you go. On to our final game of the night, folks. This also came out on Thursday on PC, Switch, and Switch 2 and PS5. And this is another crime game. We started the show with a crime game. We're going to end the show with a crime game. This is called The Mermaid Mask.
Peggy 7.
We're here on the request of the captain. She's asked us to investigate the murder of Magnus Mortunga. We have to talk to all the suspects.
Speaking of, can I ask a name?
Zacharias Zephyr.
Godric Grip. J.D. Werman.
Symmetry Silkmoth.
Ariana Moo.
Madam Tadpole.
Dirk Dansom.
Cynthia Seafoam.
So how come you wanted to hire Grimoire?
There's a murderer in our ranks, and they must be rooted out.
And that's when I find him. Dead. Killed, looks like.
Yeah, that sounds like a murder.
Doubts were beginning to be sown and fingers were beginning to point.
This place is wild. It's like something out of a weird old book.
Sure, that's why I got myself trapped in the murder submarine.
But you're just on the submarine because you find it interesting.
Would that be such a crime?
No, murder's a crime, though, pretty sure.
There you go, our final game tonight. This is The Mermaid Mask, another crime thriller game. So tell us a little bit more about this one, Dave.
Yeah, that's right. Another murder mystery game. I think in this one you're trying to solve the murder of a particular submarine captain who's killed but within a locked room. So yeah, it's a case of how did he die in there? How did the killer escape? I think this is part of the Detective Grimoire series. I think the previous game was Tangled Tower, which was pretty popular. So yeah, you need to go around, find the clues, interview people, try and solve the murder mystery. Kind of like the first game we looked at, it's that same type of, it's that same genre, really. If you like these sorts of things, good. Say if you like the old classic like Agatha Christie murder mysteries, you're probably going to enjoy this sort of thing. There seems to be quite a few of these, deduction games coming out these days. I think it was the Curse of the Golden Idol games, pretty good ones in that genre as well, well loved. So this is yet another one for people who like those sorts of games. I think it looks pretty good. The animation, I was going to say a few people in the chat aren't that taken with it. Doesn't look too bad to me. I think as long as the story in it's good and has a good payoff to the murder mystery at the end, then it should be perfectly fine.
Yeah. All right, folks. Let's see what you're saying in chat. Get your scores in for this one. Chloe not liking this one at all. 5 out of 10. She said that the animation is really grating against me. Dank at 8.5. Rockme is saying 6.5 just for the character acting. There is a demo on Steam, apparently. Kindred saying this is £17.75, but down to £15.97. And you literally got 3 days to get that. 19 quid on PlayStation, 17.75 on Switch. Also, you can get that for 15.97 as well in the next 3 days. There isn't an Xbox version, mate. There isn't one. They haven't released it on Xbox. That's why. Leanne, good evening. How you doing? Osiris says this gets minus 69. Abdu, 8. Brian, 8. Hannah says, I don't like it much, but I think it might be an 8. Kindred's like, that's why then. Yeah, I never said Xbox. 8.5, says Kindred. Folks, your last chance. This is the Mermaid Mask. Get your scores in. Came out last Thursday on PC, Switch, Switch 2, and PS5. iQuell says, I missed the trailer. Going for a 7. Dave, what say you?
I'll try. I think I'll try a 7 for this.
7, okay. All right. Folks have done no more scores in the chat. I can tell you that this got... Wait for it. 8.5 out of 10. Another really well-liked game, high score. 8.5. So there you go. Kindred, well done. Got another one right. Chloe's like, nah. Danka, you also got it right. I don't think anyone else got it right in chat. People were close, but yeah, 8.5. We have had very high scoring games. I'll mention this to my mates then. Yeah, even if you don't like the look of it, there might be people that like it. Danka got 5 out of 8. Well done, Kindred, for being our high scorer. 7 out of 8 tonight. Well done, Kindred. Boy, done good. So there you go. That is all our games for tonight, but it's certainly not the end of the show. 2 out of 8. Woo! It's all good. So the shout-outs are being done. But now it's time to look at some gaming charts. Each week we look at a different gaming chart, see what's doing well, see what's not. This week, it's the term of Steam. And when we do Steam, there are 2 charts. There is a chart for retail, as in paid games, and there's also paid... Come on, camera. Thank you. There are paid games with free-to-play games. So we're going to kick off with the paid games chart. So, as of basically last week, at number 10 is EA Sports FC 26, down 4 places. At number 9, down 7 places, is Cyberpunk 2077. Down 3 places at number 8 is the Steam Deck. At number 7, down 5 places, is Dead by Daylight. The game we talked about last week at number 6 was Echoes of Anikrad, was a new entry. At number 5 was a new entry as well. The Grand Blue Fantasy Relink Endless Ragnarok Upgrade Kit Standard Edition. Last week's number 1 in Steam, down 3 places, was Mecha Chameleon at number 4. The original Grand Blue Fantasy Relink was a re-entry at number 3. At number 2, the 1.0 version of Power World was a re-entry. And a brand new number 1 was Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. Now, what's interesting is, not only has that patch annoyed a lot of people, as Kindred said earlier on the show, but it hasn't stopped it for shifting 2 million copies. So it's already shifted 2 million copies. So despite the controversy of the people that are complaining about the extra packs to buy, believe it or not, that map pack for £5 is one of the best-selling things on Steam.
Oh, God, really?
Yeah.
That's sad to hear.
So people complained about it. Yeah, everyone's fucking buying it. So it's doing well. Black Flag Resynced is doing very, very well. It's the number 1 game in the paid list of Steam games. But let's see how things change up. When we include all the free games in the charts. This is purely based on downloads only. Number 10, Grand Blue Fantasy Relink Endless Ragnarok Upgrade Kit Standard Edition is a new entry at number 10. At number 9, down 6 places, is Apex Legends. At number 8, down 6 places, is Mecha Chameleon. At number 7, down 1 place, is Marvel Rivals. At 6, we've got a re-entry with Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. At number 5, down 1 place, is Dota 2. At 4 is a re-entry with Power World. At number 3, we've got PUBG Battlegrounds, up 5 places. At number 2, a new entry is Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. And at number 1, is a non-mover for many, many weeks, is Counter-Strike 2, which is the most popular game on Steam. There you go. There you go. So there you have it, folks. Those are the Steam charts. We will have a look at the retail charts next week. Brian says, put the disc for Black Flag in my Xbox a week ago and still not actually played it. There you go. It's worth playing. It's very worth
Definitely
playing.
is. I'm loving it so far.
There you go. Chloe says, I win. I got first. I mean, 1. She basically means she got 1 right.
Fair play.
There you go. I actually thought she guessed it was Assassin's Creed at some of the charts, but that's not what she meant. There you go. We'll have more charts for you next week. Folks, that is our show. That is our show. We are back with Tuesday night gaming chat next week, but not with Dave, because Dave will be away. Our guests will be Freddie from Southwesterly Games, who you saw me play a game literally a couple of weeks ago. And I'm going to be interviewing the team tomorrow at the event I'm at, which is 9. I knew I was going to get this wrong. Damn it, I keep saying this. 9 drops. It's not 9 drops down. 9 rounds down. There you go. 9 rounds down. Saw me playing it a couple of weeks ago on the show. The team, that game is going to be at Timeless Gaming Convention. The team are going to be on the show next week. But joining me is another Dave. And no, we don't mean about the one that smells in chat. Yes, the wonderful tunes. Dave is going to be our stand-in co-host that knows the most. 9 round rapid. There you go. Thank you, Kendra. I don't know why I say 9. It's because there was that band 9 Doors Down, wasn't it? That's why I keep saying it. It's stuck in my head. 9 rounds rapid. They will be on the show Tuesday next week. There is no stream tomorrow because I am at 3 Doors Down. Wrong with that as well. Fuck it, I don't know numbers. There you go. Sue me. I am at the one night only event, which runs from 12 p.m. tomorrow till 8 o'clock tomorrow night. I have been told, I could say this is interesting. I think Big Fuzzy Yak, if she's still here, will find this interesting because I know she's at the event. My interviews with Annapurna got pulled. My interviews with Bandai Namco have been pulled. So I'm interviewing Southwesterly Games, who are going to be on our show next week. I still have an interview with Future Labs about Power Wash Sim 2 on a bouncy castle. I shit you not. And I am going to be interviewing some of the team that made 007 First Light. But Annapurna and Bandai Namco will still have games there. We're just not allowed to do any interviews, apparently. Interesting. So apparently they don't want to give away anything about the games that they're going to have there. It's all new games at the show tomorrow. So there is no stream tomorrow. I'll be back on Wednesday, where we've had to jiggle everything, because obviously I wasn't expecting to be in London all week. So there is no Charity Just Dance stream on Wednesday. That has been pushed back a week. But we will be doing a community night of What the Dub on Wednesday. And then depending if I'm going to be at this event on Thursday or not, we may have the new Splatoon game on Thursday. If I am at the said event, which I'm not allowed to mention yet, on Thursday, the Splatoon game will be pushed back into August's lineup. So there you go. So I'm next back on Wednesday, but could be back on Thursday as well. But we don't know. There's just a lot going on. We've got 2 definite events with 3 possible. So there you go. Looking at those shorts, he's probably juggling balls. Thank you, Kindred. Love you, man. Big Fuzzy X like, what the fuck? So weird. I know they pulled certain things. And what's interesting is I can say this. Not that it's a bad thing. The people that I'm interviewing at I.O., I'm only allowed to talk about 007 First Light. But that's all I wanted to talk about anyway. But I'm not allowed to talk about anything else. I've had a brief of what I'm allowed to talk about. I'm not allowed to talk about when I interview them. But I don't really give a shit about the other stuff because I really like the James Bond game. So that's what I want to interview. But there you go. So it's going to be an interesting event. When I spoke to Big Fuzzy Yak on Saturday, she was like, I don't know what the fuck's going on with it. I said, I kind of have a clue. But there are going to be a load of new games that people have not got to play yet. So that's going to be cool. We will be able to broadcast the event, which we are going to tomorrow, Wednesday next week. So there will be a live stream. I'll be on a lot earlier next Wednesday because it will be broadcast live. So we will co-stream it from 7 o'clock Wednesday next week. So you guys get to see what Big Fuzzy Yak and me saw. But you're both famous. It is what it is. But facts. At least you got it. Yeah. Big Fuzzy Yak didn't get any interviews, but I couldn't believe it. Bullshit. You were going to go hardline on Mind's Eye. I want to know why they're still fucking putting content out for that piece of shit. I also probably don't want to discuss the restructuring and layoffs, etc. Yeah, and why they shut their publishing company down. Mind's Eye. That's why. They keep sending me emails for shit, but there you go. So, thank you to Dave, as always. Hope you have a good time away, my friends.
Thank you, mate.
Next time Dave is on, it will be the last show before Timeless. Can you believe it? Our guests for that show will be Sawyer and Emily from the Gamer Guide, who are one of our partners for Timeless. So they will be on the show. Can you say have a good holiday, Dave? There you go.
Thank you, mate.
And also, because there will be no show during Timeless, Dave and me will do another show the week after with no guest. But we're going to cover 2 weeks of stuff. So we're going to pick out the best news stories, but probably ram a load of games in, like quick fire, rapid stuff. Yeah. Let's cover the 2 weeks.
A good plan.
Yeah, so we're going to do that. And then we've got loads of guests booked all the way till nearly the end of September. So some guests that have never been on the show before. No guests again. There is a reason for that because otherwise we'll never get through all the content. We've got to try and cover 2 weeks of content in 1 week. Is Dave going to the VIP night at Timeless? Probably not. You didn't go to. That was the first Timeless you missed, wasn't it, last year, Dave?
Yeah, I couldn't make it last year.
Yeah.
I'll come this year. I won't do the VIP night. I'll come up during the day of the event.
Yeah. So you'll see him at
hang
the
around for a bit, play some games.
Yeah, and then disappear back into the night like he does.
That's it. Stealth in, stealth out.
Yeah. Timeless coming in hot. There you go. But Dave is the VIP. There. On the day, but not on the VIP night. Bad friend. Fuck off, is he? Not supporting you. Yes, he is. Give over, Big Fuzzy Yak. Fucking hell. The basement's calling him. Yeah, he's got to go back to the basement.
Yeah, I couldn't find the keys to get out of it for last year's event.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, I'm the bad friend for making him do this show for 275 fucking episodes. There you go. Anyway, thank you to everyone who's been in chat tonight. Thank you to everyone who's been watching on YouTube and Twitch. Thank you to all the mods, as always. As I say, I'll be back Wednesday night with some What the Dub. And then maybe I'll be on Thursday night, but it's not confirmed. Let's go do a raid. Yeah, not paying him. I do pay Dave for this, actually. Yeah, I do pay Dave. Don't pay Dave, my ex-manager, though. That he can relate to, so that makes me a bad person. There you go. Let's do a raid. Let's see who we can raid. Just got to find my raid buttons now. Now we've got to wait for it to load. Bloody hell, I knew I should have booted that up earlier. Slow
You think
crawl.
you'd learn by now?
Yeah, I know. It's not even loading. It's doing sweet FA. Oh, okay. We're going to have to do it the manual
Give him
way.
a kick.
I hate the manual way because the way Twitch does it's so crap. Let's have a look. Trying to find someone to raid. Why is it just... Okay, that's better. Let's have a look. Do you know what? I think she'd appreciate it. Phantom Wolf is actually streaming Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Go for it.
And she's blessed her. She's only got like 2 viewers because I know she's a new streamer. She's trying to get affiliate. So if we all pile in there, she's going to love it. So let's go surprise her. Let's go do that. I'm going to start that raid. I think she'll massively appreciate it. I'm also going to jump over to here, get that going. That raid will start very shortly. I've got to go all the way down. Oh, sorry, you can hear. I've got to scroll all the way down. There she is. Got to put her on mute. There we go. All right, folks, that's it from us. Thank you so much. We shall see you very, very shortly. Take care. Thank you so much. And from London, myself and Dave over in Birmingham. Good night.
Good night, all.
See ya.